How did social media get so popular? Nowadays, everyone is so addicted to their phones. You walk around and you see everyone glued to their little screens. And most of the time, it is because they are on social media. My sophomore year at LMU, I did an experiment for a class where I gave up all my social media for a week. And it made me notice how much everyone else is always on it, from standing in lines in Starbucks to even sometimes when you're having a conversation with someone. I would argue that there is definitely an addicting factor in social media, and it has become so popular from radical behaviorism. So you might be wondering, what is radical behaviorism? Radical behaviorism describes how our actions are always the result of past rewards or punishment and are all driven by past learning. Also called operant conditioning, it describes how humans are conditioned through reinforcement to behave in a particular way. Therefore, sometimes the actions we take are not always rational, but they are always driven by what we have been rewarded by or punished for in the past. The idea of this is that all actions are taken to either get a reward or avoid a punishment. A simple example is that if you were to touch a hot stove, you would react with pain and learn to not do it again. If you really think about it, every single action we do in life is based on this principle. When we feel hungry, we eat food because that feels rewarding to us. When we're tired, we sleep, which is again a natural reward. Even the reason we do homework and study for tests is to get good grades, and the reason people work is to make money and avoid not having money. Everything we do is for some consequence, is to avoid some consequence or gain something positive. This ties to the addictive power of social media because social media gives us a dopamine boost every time we're on it. Every single like and comment we get when we post is a reward for us. Even when we don't post, just seeing content feels good and rewarding. And this is all intentional, as social media was designed to be addicting, and I don't think it would be as popular as it is if it wasn't designed like this. You may even see this in other people, like how when someone posts on social media, the rest of the day they're checking their phone to see who liked their photo and how many likes they have. This even happens when people post an Instagram story. And Instagram is so smart by having a feature where you can see who viewed your story. I believe this is intentional because for an Instagram story, there are no likes. So if you didn't have any way to see who viewed your story, it wouldn't be as rewarding. This way you can see, oh, an hour ago, 50 people viewed it. Right now, 75 people have seen it. And you just keep watching that number grow. All of this is radical behaviorism because, again, you're being rewarded for essentially being on the app. This is also why I believe people use social media to procrastinate their work. As you will find, this is very common in college students. The rewards and good feeling that come from being on social media in the present are larger than the future reward of doing well on a test if you study. Even though the act of studying itself is not rewarding, the future result of doing well on a test is, but it doesn't beat the present dopamine rush of being on, say, TikTok or Instagram. Diving more deeply into the addictive power of social media, I think that radical behaviorism is especially used when it comes to likes and comments. Likes and comments are positive reinforcement, which keeps people coming back to the app, as I have mentioned previously. Then there is also the way in which social media is so cleverly designed. It often shows you posts similar to what you have interacted with before and has push notifications to keep you coming back to the app. It is also often a stream of endless content, so you will never run out of things to see. Now I want to talk a little bit about how marketers and social media companies use this theory to their advantage. One way is by continuing to have immediate rewards, like with likes or comments. Marketers can use this to their advantage by quickly responding to people who commented on their posts. They can also use notification systems to their advantage, such as having timed social media posts during peak engagement times to keep users engaged throughout the day. They can have customized user notifications that will be more appealing to the user. Another cool idea for marketers to use is having loyalty programs. Having tiered rewards for different levels of engagement gives users positive feedback the more they interact with that specific company. I also think that using data to tailor experiences is a major thing that social media does. This is why no two people's Instagram Explore page looks the same. When you tailor it so that it is specific to a person's interest, it makes the app more addicting and interesting to the person. Using the same idea, marketers can use data to target their products at a particular market segment because their product might not appeal to everyone. Another fun idea for social media companies would be to make their app more like a game, where you could have points and scores and some competition to make the app more engaging. So overall, I think radical behaviorism is why social media is so addicting and why it has become so popular. Everything on these apps are designed to keep us coming back for more. Things such as likes and comments and the way that these apps tailor content to you specifically use radical behaviorism. There are also ways that companies can continue to use this theory of psychology, such as having loyalty programs, using market segments, and using data to tailor content. However, I also think that there are a lot of ethical concerns when it comes to the addictive features of marketing and social media, and I think that radical behaviorism can be used positively. One idea is to use it to encourage educational content. Algorithms could be adjusted to promote more educational content, and there could be rewards and badges you get as well, so that other people could see it on your profile. Another way social media could be used positively is to promote mental health awareness. We all know that social media can harm people's mental health, so it is important to emphasize health and well-being on social media apps. They could reward users for participating in wellness challenges, posting about mindfulness and healthy habits. They could also have features that encourage users to take breaks from social media when they have been on it for a long time. Lastly, they could partner with mental health organizations to provide resources on these platforms. I think that we have to be careful with how we use the principles of radical behaviorism, but I also see it as an opportunity for companies to use it positively. Social media platforms have the opportunity to transform from tools of entertainment and distraction into powerful agents of positive change.